Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So, yep. So what with the great. Okay, hold on. The gas is not dropping down on this tissue. Okay, we're good. Hey guys, thanks so much for coming and checking out our channel or this video. It's most probable that you're here because you're interested in finding out a little bit more about Scarlet Hues. Scarlet Hues is boutique wine tasting experiences hosted by us. I'm Abby. I'm originally from Michigan, from the USA, if you can't tell by my accent. And I've been in Italy for about 4 years. I'm a total history nerd. I'm really passionate about art, so Italy drew me originally for those reasons because it's the birthplace of art and the history is so immense and enormous, and Turin, which is where we call home, is really the birthplace of Italy. So for me, every day is an absolute wonder walking around and getting to actually see and experience the history. Plus I'm a wine lover, so as Chloe will tell you, this is a great region for wine. Hey guys, to tell you a little bit about myself, my name obviously is Chloe, and I have been coming back and forth to Italy like for the past 10 years or so. I started here as an exchange student down in Sicily. So after coming back and forth for many years, I met my now husband, and he's Italian, and now we live here in Turin. The wine is a huge thing that actually drew me to Piedmont in the first place. So for those of you who don't know, I'm assuming that most wine lovers out there who are watching this video do know how important Langhe is, not just to Italy but to the whole entire world for their phenomenal world-class wines. For those of you who don't know, then this video will, give you a little bit of background info, and also go check out all of our other videos that will go much more in depth into Langhe wine. Let's see, I met Chloe like a year and a half ago. Well, we met a while back. Online. Weirdly enough. Yeah, no, that for sure is a couple years ago. Yeah. So, and like the first day that we actually met, we went out and did a wine tasting day out in Langhe. So it was something I always had wanted to do, but I hadn't gotten around to, even though I'd already lived in Turin for about a year. And Scarlet Hues is kind of born out of like a joke. Yeah. I remember we were driving in the car up to this beautiful lookout point in Barbaresco, and I was saying how cool it would be if we could, show foreigners this amazing place, and
Abby kind of like passed this comment. She was like, we should do this, like we should run, little wine tasting experiences for foreigners. And I 100% took her seriously.
Seriously, just not. I didn't really take it that seriously. A couple months later, Chloe called me up and we met up for dinner, and we were there for a few hours talking and planning everything.
And strategizing.
And from that day, our little company was born.
We never really looked back. I'm just so grateful for this experience. It's been such an amazing journey so far, and we're really excited to share it with you guys.
Yeah, there's so much to see and to learn from this region, and we're really grateful that we get to take you around and show you.
So our mission here at Scarlet Hues is basically to share a love for the Italian culture and tradition. So we're empowering open-minded travelers through the wineries of Piedmont, from its ancient roots to its most current and exclusive knowledge, one wine at a time.
That's our plan. So really our goal is to be able to show you some of the elements that we've fallen in love with here in this beautiful area, and to share the culture that we felt really embraced by. And our goal isn't to make you feel like a tourist, it's to make you feel like a local. So a typical day is 100% customized to you, which pretty much means that before even planning your day, we send out a questionnaire and
Don't worry, it's not too long. It's not too much work.
We really want to know what interests you have. You know, we know that every traveler is different, and we don't want it to be a day that is, you know, one size fits all. You know, you might be passionate about history or art or, you know, food, which Piedmont is amazing at.
For that.
But obviously it has a main focus on wine.
After you fill out this little questionnaire, then what we do is we work with locals, so we're not going to pretend to be the experts ourselves. We're going to connect you to the right people. So we're going to hook you up with the right wineries, the right restaurants for exactly what you described in that questionnaire.
Like, for example, maybe you're more into, you know, the famous red wines here, like the Nebbiolo, Barbaresco, Barolo, Barbera. I mean, there's tons of red, but there's actually also tons of white wine. You might be a Moscato lover, Cortese, what else?
Yeah, Arnaise is great.
Arnaise.
So really the list is endless.
Or you might just want a mix of all of them.
Yeah, just a little intro into the region.
Once you finish your questionnaire, we actually go out and contact all of our wine partners, our restaurant partners, and we customize a day perfectly to your taste. The day of your wine tasting experience, we will come and pick you up from your desired location, whether that's your hotel, your Airbnb, or a landmark like the station. It's totally up to you. We'll start with a traditional Italian breakfast, like a coffee, espresso, cappuccino, whatever you want, and some sort of cornetto, which is
like different pastries that are wonderful and unique to Italy. So
they're actually really good here as well.
Yeah.
Out of all of Italy.
Yeah. One of our partners is our driver, Marco, for MRC Autoservizi.
And he has a very professional, clean and luxurious service that he provides for us with his amazing black Schmick Mercedes sedans or minivans, depending on your group size.
If you don't know what Schmick is, I think it's Australian for fancy or something like that. You'll learn multiple languages when you're with us.
Bellissimo, bellissimo
cars and things. And he was born and raised in the region, so he knows all of the most scenic routes and
or routes, depending on accent.
Whatever the difference is. And you'll get to see some great views that are hidden gems and really only the locals know.
So either Abby or I will be with you in the car with Marco, and we'll be connecting you to some of the locals in Piedmont. So we typically go to 2 different wineries, depending on your questionnaire and what you've chosen, and then we also split the day with a either traditional lunch or something a little bit more elegant, depending on your style, because there are, you know, quite a mix. There is the real traditional in Piedmont, and then there's also like the real modern with the Michelin stars and etc, etc.
So the real like traditional could also include like going to a farmhouse where all the things are going to be like locally grown, and you know, the cheese will be fresh, made right there, which is a really unique experience. But then we also offer like quite a luxurious dining experience. It just depends on your questionnaire. After lunch, we go to our last winery, and at each winery, you will be led by staff from that winery. So that could be a family member who's always worked in the winery and who grew up there, or it could be, depending on the winery, a hired person who's very knowledgeable of their specific wines. So that will include a cellar tour. Certain ones will include going out into the vineyards and actually getting to see the grapes and walk through each row.
You would typically get to try between 4 to 6 wines in each winery, maybe a little more.
So that's like the general outline for a day. But as we keep talking about, your day's customized, so that could also include a few different options depending on what you're looking for. So for instance, if you're really into history like I am, we could take you to some wineries that have been around for hundreds of years.
that have like a real historic story to them.
Yeah. Some that are in castles.
If you have like a specific village in mind or a landmark or a location that you're already interested in, then just let us know and we will definitely customize that into your day.
Absolutely. So that pretty much sums up who we are and what we're all about.
Thank you so much for taking the time to get to know us. If you'd like to speak further, then head to our link in bio. Go check out our website, or you can also find us on our social accounts and have a chat with us.
Yeah, we look forward to being in touch and hopefully we'll get to show you around Piedmont.
Cheers!